Some of you in this room, you are serving your pastor at your local church. And while other folk come and go, they have an option whether they stay. But there's a group of us called the remnant. We're not going nowhere. I don't have to be my pastor's armor bearer. I don't have to be my pastor's adjutant. But my destiny is connected to my leader's voice. Look at y'all. Because see, some of y'all ain't got no church. You ain't got no pastor. So you didn't shut down on me in here. But the Bible says if you believe God, you'll be established. But if you believe his prophets, so shall you prosper. I want you to point to your pastor and tell your pastor, every time you speak, I live. Every time you prophesy, another door opens for me. Somebody scream at your leader and shout, live, Elijah, live, live, live. You don't have to worry about me. Maybe some of the rest of them, but you don't have to worry about me. I'm too much of a Peter to ever be a Judas. Come on. You may have to rebuke me, but let somebody say something about my leader online. My leader will have to correct me, but there I go typing. I will cut your ear off and have to sit down out of the choir for 3 weeks. But God has used my leader to preach me out of a mess. There were times I was slipping in my sin, and he threw out a lifeline and pulled me back in. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, talk about me if you want to. But tell him, but keep your mouth off of my leader. I'm serious. I'm serious. I am serious. Keep your mouth off of my... Somebody said that sounds like a cult. No, that's not cult. That's culture. It's called honor culture. And you can never draw from what you don't honor. Something is wrong with you. That you will go to a church and shout off of a leader and then go to a restaurant and criticize them. You cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, you don't have to stay. You got options. You don't have to stay. If this is not where God called you, no meeting necessary. We don't need any more meetings. Hear me. We don't need a... Not only do we not need a meeting for them to leave, we all, hear me, we also don't need a meeting for them to come. Because oftentimes when people need a whole lot of meetings before they join, they want something. They're bargaining. They trying to tell you everything they did in the place they came from. But somebody who feels called to your place, they'll sit in the congregation. And it'll take you a while to find out that they were a preacher. It'll take you a while to find out that they were an elder. Look at your neighbor, tell your neighbor, I'm not over here for a position. I got a place in the kingdom. Well, you got a place